Hello and welcome to another update video about Fantom. I just would like to share my concerns about the Fantom chart with you, as we have hit the maximum of my target area, even overshot it a little bit. We did come all the way up to the previous high here at around 320, bit higher than it would have been within this most likely scenario, but in the end we've fallen back into my target area. So let's go to the 4 hour. What we did here, in my view, we did come up impulsively here throughout the year. October made a wave high here back end of October, had a bit of a double top then. Since then we started a correction, did come down all the way to $1 and $1.11, I think $1.12. Then we started to recover. We've been tracking this, been giving you my price target for this move up. We did come directly into it. We maxed it out, even did overshoot it a little bit, did come to the previous high here. And I think now what we're seeing is potential completion of this uptrend. And there are a few reasons for that. So pretty much in line with my primary expectation, this was the target area. Again, we maxed it out, couldn't really get above it, and now we're back in it. I think on our way down now. And this is where I just want to share my concerns, because there are a few things here. First is we've got here a formation which you could describe as a just put that on the chart. So we've got a bit of a channel here actually. It looks slightly, very slightly like an ascending wedge, but it's more of a channel. But even if it's a channel, we had one touch point, various touch points here, another touch point. We had support then on this trend line again, and we broke it to the downside. So it's an important sign. Actually, don't need that if that's not really an ascending wedge. It is definitely a trend line, an ascending trend line here. And in my view, that trend line has been broken. There are a few ways to draw that trend line, but really in whatever way you do it, you broke that trend line. Even in that way, which would probably be the most bullish way, where you try to bring the latest drop above the trend line. You can see that we've dropped below that trend line and we're now retesting it from below. So it's not necessarily a good sign. The other thing is that if you just look purely at the price action here, throughout this whole uptrend here, what you see here, this area, this reversal is really the strongest that we've seen throughout here. Also indicating that this could have triggered a reversal. Zooming out, all this at the moment is a lower high as well, not a higher high. Okay, that is significant. And also, if we take a look on the daily chart, here you can see that we were already in the overbought range on the RSI. So we were overbought, and whenever you're overbought, I personally get very, very careful. So overbought means, generally what it says, it's overbought, it's overheated, and the market now probably needs to cool down. Now also, here on the MACD, on the daily, you're possibly reversing here to the downside. You can see on the histogram the decreasing buying pressure and the decreasing momentum. Now if that continues, what you get here is a sell signal. You get a bearish cross. You potentially will cross the zero line to the downside, and that could indicate further falling prices. What you can also see on the RSI is that we had here, no, we didn't have a bearish divergence, not on the daily. No, we didn't. Okay, no, we did not have a bearish divergence here. But nevertheless, we've got this area where with the highest probability based on the Elliott wave count, we have found resistance, and this is the area where I would have expected the price to turn around. We're in there, we broke the uptrend, and we were overbought. All of this tells me that it's time to be very careful. And if we take a look just at the fib levels that we made, that we triggered, go all the way from the wave top to the low, and you can see that we did really come nearly to the 0.887 fib level at 321. Didn't quite get there. But also this was definitely still valid within the wave B scenario, within which you are turning around then. Overall, we are now finding support here at this fib level the $258 level. And I think if you drop that, if you lose that, then you're going to unlock much lower prices. This was also the previous high, so very important support level. So no surprise that we're actually finding support here currently at 258 here back in November, previous high, and also here 2nd of January, previous high. So very important support level, and therefore no surprise that we currently find support. What I would be very careful about, first of all, if we drop out of the this target area, and if we then lose the 20-day moving average here at 222, then of course I think the downtrend is pretty much guaranteed, but then you're obviously already on your way down further. I just want to communicate that this currently is for me a bit critical, right? It is on its way down in my view. We can also see here, oh yeah, it was here on the 2-day chart where you have that bearish divergence. That is what I wanted to show you, where from here we had that wave 1 top quite high on the RSI, and now that we had a higher wave top, you're even much lower. You are much lower and much clearer. Also, you don't get this bearish divergence. So it is just important to take a look at that, to consider that. On the 2-day MACD, you can see that also the buying pressure is currently decreasing. If that continues, also could accelerate the downtrend. And overall, if we understand the overall wave count, we've made here a wave A, a wave B, and you can see that 3-wave structure of that wave B here on the 2-day chart. That within a wave B, you normally get an A, B, C again. So again here, A, B, C, which also would indicate that this wave C is now possibly complete. And with that huge red candle that you can see here, that pushed below the trend line, could really have triggered the wave B completion. And now that we're back in the wave C. And all of that makes me just careful. Other cryptos are still down here. So personally, I mean, I hold Fantom, in my long-term holding portfolio anyway. Took a lot of profits here in this area. As you know, any channel member can see my buy and sell orders, my limit orders, and I'm gonna wait for a dip now. I think this is what we're going to see. And I've always been, I've been told in the last few weeks that I am too bearish generally in the crypto market, but I think this is only because we're currently in this cycle. I mean, I've been bullish throughout here, been turning bearish in this current correction, obviously, and the correction isn't finished yet, and that is important to understand. And also with Harmony One, it's similar, Cosmos as well. I did tell you in the Bitcoin flash crash, or after the Bitcoin flash crash on the 4th of December, that people are going to get too bullish again when we run up here in this wave B. And this is when people will start FOMO in, and this is when it's going to start to drop. And we've seen it now for other cryptos as well. When they've reached the top, you started to drop, with Terra Luna, for example, as well, now below $70. This is just typically what happens, and you just need to complete now this correction here, also to reset here on the, I mean, we're still very close to the overbought range on the daily RSI, that just needs to be reset to be able to make new all-time highs. And as soon as we get here and complete this correction, I'll turn super bullish. That's how it is. There's no reason to be super bullish now if we're going to drop once more. In the end, I am bullish, but I need to tell you what I think the chart is going to do. So this is, in my view, what the chart is going to do. I hope a lot of people recognize this, and there are a lot of other channels who are always bullish, and that's fine, but I think it can also be not very helpful. So always try to be honest and tell you here. And overall on the larger, you can see that significantly here, higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, then lower highs, and overall this is another lower high compared to the previous wave high. So what Cosmos, for example, did go all the way to the previous all-time high, but that's it, and didn't go through. So we are just in this current wave count where a lot of cryptos do this ABC correction. And I have to repeat it because the cryptos are doing it. Only when that's finished, I mean, then we can talk about massive price increases, right? And it's the last leg of the correction we now have to go through. So, and when that's completed, I think we can see, here from Fantom, $6, $7, maybe even $10 Fantom after the wave C correction. These are the FIB extension levels, the 1.618 FIB extension, and the 2.618 FIB extension up here. We need to see then how far the next wave goes up to really calculate how far it can go. But the wave 3, he would at least go to the 1.618 extension level at 590. And that's and this level down here where I would expect the price now to come into. This is based on the 0.887 FIB level at 60 cents. but it goes all the way up to the wave A, because in the end, I think that it's still fairly limited in how far it can drop. So I would say certainly the $1 level will be a key support, which is just below the wave A. And this is also where, you know, we've got here this target area starting for the wave C from 115, the previous low, all the way down to, well, to be honest, 53 cents. So, but this is what this chart shows, because it has been extended that much from the beginning of that move up and then corrected a lot down. Just because it was extended that much, it was corrected a lot, moved up a lot now, and now it's going to correct a lot. That is what is going to happen in my view. All right, hopefully you liked the update about Fantom. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.